Use the personal pronoun thou in English, stopping using you when addressing a single person. Far að finna oft, go often to a good friend on a visit, Háamál, a friend that thou canst well trust. To address by thou is called to thee, a person. Thee, a person we know well. I know thee well is theeing a friend. Icelandic verb að þúa, to thee, someone. Thou, þú. The pronoun thou comes from the North Icelandic at Old Norse þú. Nominative case thou. Oblique, accusative and dative cases thee. Possessive thy or thine. Thy book, the book is thine. Compare possessive, my book, the book is mine, to thy book, the book is thine. Easy. I see thee, Icelandic, ég sé þig. Seest thou me, Icelandic, sérðu mig, or sérð þú mig. Fare thee well, a fixed phrase, a nice way to say goodbye for a change. Thou, second person singular personal pronoun, is almost lost in nowadays spoken English language, but still in use in old literature. When we use a thou, or theeing someone, that is when we revive that friendly pronoun, we should do it right. The verbs are tricky. What hast thou? What seest thou? Do as thou wilt. See thou on wiki. Thou seest a cross or the hammer Mjolnir on my belly. Not my private parts. No dirty thoughts here. I am pretending to be pious. Here reciting grave Shakespeare to get the thou right. It is good to thee a friend. Address a friend informally thou, second person, singular, as this sounds intimate and feels warm, but not formal courtesy, court manners, you, second person, plural. That is, single person addressed in plural, rigidly, as in crown court, or addressing someone as if I feel inferior to that person. Pretended regalia, flattery, adulation, or aloofly, I know you're not, sir. Or as if indifferently keeping that person afar, haughty, keeping distance, not interested in knowing you, bloke. Mind thee, thou might be used to show disrespect, haughtily theeing someone, as for putting disdain on him. Do not offend the stranger. I am, from me, to me, my, mine, this is I. Say not this is me, say this is I, nominative. Is that thou? No, not thou, this is I. We know, I hope, how to use I, first person singular, so thou comes easy. Listen, repeat. I am from me to me, mine, my. Thou art from thee to thee, thine, thy. Keep the cases of the personal pronoun I in mind, first person singular, when using the personal pronoun thou, second person singular. Plural for one is formal and polite. Some might use we, first person plural, for oneself, might say, we assume this to be better for you, as more polite than, I know what is the best for thee. Genders of things, he, she, it, are mostly lost in English, but a ship is still a she. Photo tour for tourists, Reykjavik Harbour. As she is difficult to steer and manipulate, needs a lot of paint and pampering, men on board are completely dependent on her whimsies when she tosses them to and fro, and they love her. I love females. Get the cases of thou first. Nominative thou, accusative dative, oblique case, thee. Possessive to own, thy, thine. Nomina accusa oblique what. Then the verbs. Nominative of personal pronouns with verbs, present tense. I am, thou art, or thou beest. I have, thou hast. I will, thou wilt. I shall, thou shalt. Past tense of to be, I was, thou wast. Past tense of to do, I did, thou didst. I drove, thou drovest. Boring grammar. Bleh. So we see. The verbs have a different form for thou, þú, second person singular, as does third person singular, he is, and the plural, we are, you are, they are. We have to learn the verbs correctly for second person singular, as this is almost lost from spoken English. We never heard them. Our mother used them not. Listen again. The verb to be, present tense, I am, thou art, or thou beest. Third person, he, she, it is, all singular. Verb to have, I have, thou hast, third person, he, she, it, has, all singular, or he, she, it, hath, has, or third person singular, hath, what hath she. Present tense for second person singular, personal pronoun, verb to go, thou goest, where goest thou? Verb to do, thou doest or thou dost. What dost thou now? Verb to say, what sayest thou about the theeing thy friends? I have no time for this, I am meditating, hanging on the tree. Perhaps thou hast the time. Accusative or oblique case of the personal pronoun, I and thou. Look at me when I look at thee. I see thee and thou seest me. Just listen, thou canst not fail on this, simply listen. Dative or oblique, this is from me, this is from thee. This is to me, this is to thee. I hate learning new things. I'm fine with my ignorance. Old habits are easy. So, this is from me to thee. I give this to thee. What givest thou to me? Also, possessive sounds the same. This is mine, this is thine. This is my cat. Is this thy cat? Aye, that one is thine, this one is mine. Many languages have not lost the theeing, the thou, second person singular. French, tu, second person singular, very familiar. Vous, second person plural, much used. German, du, singular. Sie, third person singular, capitalized, used to address someone, a single person, formally. Italian, tu, singular, casual. Lei, third person singular, capitalized, politely addressing a stranger. Icelandic, þú, singular, þú, theeing. But þérun, þér, yður, yðar, in addressing a single person, is not in use anymore, obsolete upper-class imported manners. Dutch has lost the thou, du, only polite y, an abbreviation, left. Who cares? Icelandic and the Scandinavian languages have now dropped that later time invention of crown court manners. Nowadays we can address a stranger by þú, du, without any offense taken. Icelandic cases of second person singular, þú, þig, þér, þín, and þitt, þinn, þín, thine. Danish, du, dæ, dín. Past tense of verbs, regular and irregular, viki, on, thou. To know, thou knowest, thou knewest. To drive, thou drivest, thou drovest. To make, thou makest, thou madest. To love, thou lovest, thou lovedest. A few verbs have irregular thou forms. To be, thou art, or thou beest. Thou wast, or thou wert, originally thou were. To have, thou hast, thou haddest. To do, thou dost, or thou dost, in non-auxiliary use, and thou didst. Shall, thou shalt. Will, thou wilt. Blah, 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 blah. Listen to fluently spoken Golden Age Icelandic with English captions. Edda via Ása playlist, Högnasaga viðháttar, correcting of history. youtube.com user Goya Goði. Direct link to playlist. A saga, story of the heathen settlers in Iceland, Norse and Irish. A corrected history, yes, as not written by churchians, but by a wise heathen. Edda via Ása and Högni viðháttur. A paradigm shift and the true understanding of heathenry, paganry, Ása true, to understand the essence of the Viking faith which made them so courageous, fair, and revering women. Girls, women are the great goddess incarnated. Educational videos in these Edda series now available on my YouTube account, youtube.com/user/goyagoði, my playlists. Note that Icelandic differs from the Scandinavian languages as we Icelanders have a bunch of Gaelic words due to the Gaelic-speaking settlers here in Iceland. Photo tours for tourists, Reykjavík Harbour.